But now let me go across to someone who understands Bengaluru. Former Commissioner of Police in Bengaluru, Bhaskar Rao, is joining me as well. So thank you for joining us on the lunch break. You help me understand this. Do you believe that the police likely would have given this suggestion? Why that suggestion would have come to the government? And why was it ignored?
See, you must appreciate that police was up the entire night, starting at 11:45, when it started becoming clear that RCB is going to win the match. And the celebrations went on not only till late hours in the morning, but in some places extended up to 7:30, 8 o'clock. Now, the government suddenly takes a decision to give a public felicitation to the IPL players. Now, the government has not practiced, not played, not won. Why does it want to hijack this whole thing? And in such a short time, they asked the police department to organize themselves. The police have been up all night, and if you look at the crowd, you will see that the bandobast arrangements were woefully inadequate. We have got more than 1,000 stretchers, but see the way people were being tugged away.
Okay.
We should have used water bowsers instead of doing lathi charge, crowd cutters, and ambulances and medical aid. All these things go to manage such a large crowd. Despite the police department saying that it is premature to do it, the government bulldozed the police department's recommendation, and it is now done it. And they only wanted to say that the foreign players want to leave the country by the early morning flight today, so the function should have been held. Means we are not here to kowtow to somebody else, but to prepare ourselves to handle such a thing. And this is not a ordinary thing. And frenzy is something which is unmanageable. You can't do a lathi charge, you can't do a tear gas on them, you can't beat up these people because they're all innocent young people who have come out to celebrate something which the RCB could not do it in 18 years. So these things need time. Even during
what
elections
happens
also,
in a case like this, sir? If you can help me explain, because you know the city well. When you do you think that this was an unexpected crowd, or this should have been an expected crowd, that it was an estimate that the police force would have expected? And how was the deployment done? Because I saw some lathi charge. I saw police personnel rushing with the injured, possibly even dead bodies. And that's when you realize the senior officers were possibly not there. There were other deployments of the police personnel on the ground.
No, the whole thing was ill-conceived. Actually, no function is permitted in front of Vidhan Soudha and High Court. Who gave permission? Where is the permission to do this? And no preparation was also there for conducting this. And as you mentioned, lathi charge. Lathi charge actually is very crude way of dispersing people. We normally use bowsers to disperse peaceful crowds over there. So that was also not deployed. So police was absolutely unprepared, and it was an exhausted and a tired police force. And they were asked once again to come onto the streets. And there was no coordination between the government, which was organizing, then BCCI, then the stadium authorities, IPL. Everybody seems to be washing their hands out of the whole thing. And finally, now they will blame the police department. Now the infant terrible of the government, he is seen everywhere. He is seen kissing the cup in the airport, being among the
yes.
in the Vidhan Soudha, hijacking somebody else's victory and taking over it as a government victory. IPL matches have been won by Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, etc., etc. But nobody does it on this scale. They could have waited for 2 days and felicitated them, but they chose to ignore police department's advice. And look at the result. An entire team, 11 people have lost their lives over there.
A sad irony, sir, like you mentioned, yes. A team in itself in so many ways, and not just a number. These are family members, innocent people with dreams and future, lives cut short. What is the lesson, according to you, as a former Commissioner of Police, that we need to take from here? Because you say, if the police informed, as confirmed to our sources, to India Today from our sources, that government did not adhere to it, what lesson can we possibly take from this incident to not have a repeat of this?
The governments don't learn lessons. They know the outcomes very well. All they want is to pursue their agenda. They only wanted to hijack the victory and an RCB event to be made into some kind of a government-sponsored event. We only have to ensure that when such large-scale events take place, massive preparation should be there, and it should not be agreed upon to do it in a short period of time. At least 100 to 150 ambulances should have been kept in readiness over there. There are 1,000 stretchers already available. We have already bought and kept it. But why were they not utilized? And we need about 8 to 10 kilometers of ropes in different pieces. There is a rope party. Rope party was not deployed over there. And first of all, everybody's role clarity has to be there. Suddenly some gate is opened and suddenly the chief minister makes a WhatsApp invitation to everybody, come and celebrate. All of you are welcome. I mean, this is not something a chief minister should be saying. So whoever is the organizer should be dealt with. Whoever has called for this function, they should be dealt with. And now they are having a magisterial inquiry by a junior officer, like a rank of a district magistrate. Do you think district magistrate is going to summon the chief minister or deputy chief minister or the home minister? In fitness of things, it should have been done by a sitting high court judge who is much above all these people and far removed from the local administration. So they will just close this case as and exonerate people who are responsible for this and blame some lowly police officers and say that he should be suspended, etc., etc. Means it has been handled in the most criminal way. You can say this is criminal negligence and done in such great hurry. And they are bringing the governor also there. And then yesterday the chief minister holds a press meet and says, well, the death did not take place in front of the Vidhan Soudha. It took place near the stadium. Stadium is also inside Karnataka. It is not in Tamil Nadu or outside the country over there. Such irresponsible statement. The entire
and
washing
of course,
off
because the police
very, very
deployment,
unfortunate.
yes, wouldn't only be for the crowd control. The VVIP security takes a large chunk of that police deployment. Correct. I appreciate you joining us, Bhaskar Rao, former Commissioner of Police, Bengaluru, to put it in perspective. Shifting blame, questions are being asked. Will accountability be held? But amid all of this, remember, we can continue to debate and discuss another stampede in the country. 11 people have lost their life. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us.